Yo, what's up? In this video, I'm going to give you my top 5, the top 5 greatest centers from my eyes. Um, if you want to see why I rank players in the other basketball positions, the links are in the description box. I know it's been a long delay since the last one, but, I'm going to try to finish up because I got something else playing, dealing with lists or whatever. But I'm gonna try to make this quick and to the point. Now, number 5, I got Alonzo Mourning. Now, I had another player in mind for number 5, but I chose to pick Alonzo Mourning because he could do both. But great defensive player, great offensive player. Started with Charlotte, went to Miami, then went to New Jersey. I think, yeah. Did he play for the Raptors for a minute? Then he went to New Jersey, then went to the Heat, where he came back to the Heat, won a title, and then shortly retired. And then also he was out for a period due to he had some kind of condition or whatever. So he was a great player. I saw him a lot growing up because the Charlotte stuff in the southern region. We got a lot of those games or whatever. But number 5, Alonzo Mourning. Number 4, Patrick Ewing. Now, Patrick Ewing do not have a championship, but he still was a great player. He was the Knicks for the late 80s, 90s, throughout the 90s or whatever. Fortunately, he ran into Jordan, Olajuwon, you name it, Reggie Miller at one point or whatever, and unfortunately couldn't get the title. But great defensive player, and as of now, I hasn't been a Knicks player to surpass him as far as success, and a great play. One of the greatest centers ever, Patrick Ewing. Now, number 3, Shaquille O'Neal. Now, everybody knows Shaq. He probably the most popular one of this list, as far as like media and his popularity go outside of the NBA, like Michael Jordan or whatever. Average person knows who Shaq is. Currently with TNT, but tore it up in Orlando, went to the finals, tore it up with the Lakers, won 3 titles, tore it up to a point in Miami, and then unfortunately age started to get up to him, and he went to Phoenix and Cleveland and Boston, But in his heyday, he was one of the greatest centers ever. The most dominant center at one span in the late 90s, early 2000s, early to mid 2000s. He was the best. He was the best center, and some could argue the best player during that span or whatever. Known for his known for his talking, but when he get on the court, he's serious or whatever. He play around or whatever. I guess that's why so many people like him. He one of my favorite players. But number 3, Shaquille O'Neal. Now number 2, David Robinson, the Admiral. Spent his whole career with San Antonio. Won MVP. I think he had a quadruple double. He had 71 points, I believe, in the game. He won 2 titles. He won one on top, when he retired or whatever. He won another one in the shortened season. A lot of people, were saying, oh, that won't really count, but he won one again a couple of years later. One of the best centers in the West, one of the greatest centers ever. And one of my favorites to watch him and Sean Elliott or whatever. Then Tim Duncan came in the mix, but to me, I think if you want to rank the greatest Spurs players, Tim Duncan got a lot of achievements or whatever. But as far as the Spurs go, a lot of people look at David Robinson. A lot of people know him more than Tim Duncan, because Tim Duncan ain't really that, he kind of boring to most people. But, David Robinson was the face of the Spurs for a long time before Tim Duncan got there. Him and Olajuwon used to duel a lot, cause both of them from the West and from Texas or whatever, the teams. Now, number one, is Akeem Olajuwon. Now, Akeem Olajuwon is one of my top 3 favorite players. Not only in this list, but, in my top 10 list, which I'm going to do a video about probably. My top 10 favorite players or whatever. Defense, he could shoot. He was swift like a shooting guard. Powerful like a center. He blocked. He played defense. I think next to Jordan, I think I'll put him number 2 or whatever. As far as greatest players ever. He won 2 titles. He won awards or whatever. I don't count that year in Toronto. That he was way past the prime then. Akeem Olajuwon, the dream. He was the man. He moved like a shooting guard, but he was like a center or whatever. A lot of people might get upset if I don't have Shaq number 1. Shaq was dominant or whatever, but as far as skills or whatever, Dave Robinson had more like skills, shooting and whatever. They could shoot too, so as Akeem Olajuwon, he could shoot or whatever. Shaq, we all can agree to this. Shaq wasn't really a good shooter. he was terrible, But Akeem Olajuwon, he could do everything, And I was happy when he won those 2 titles, especially the one with Clyde Drexler. Clyde Drexler was chasing a ring too. Well, Hakeem Olajuwon already won one, but I'm just saying Clyde Drexler. But he's the greatest center of all time. And I think I'm probably not alone. Historians may put Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem, but since when I was growing up, Hakeem Olajuwon was the best. So that's my list. With that said, that's it.